Good morning, TikTok fam. Wow. So last night, Seth Rogers was up on his channel on YouTube, and he had a panel of other creators whom he's very close with. We saw Smiley up there. We saw Betty up there. We saw Lady Freedom. We saw Astrology for Mystics. So he had a panel of folks up there to help him go over the federal filings against DCF of Tennessee and Sumner County Sheriff's Office. And I think for the most part, they did good. They kind of, at different points in the show, went off topic and was kind of bringing up old things. Some of them kept bringing up Katie and Chris, and I noticed that Seth kind of would shut that down as much as he could. And I respect him for that. I really do. He showed a lot of restraint last night. The Seth that we saw last night was, just seemed like someone had given him a lot of strength. You know what I mean? Like God has rained down on him and given him a lot of powerful strength. He just seemed stronger. He seemed not quite as emotional as he has been, which we will never knock him for. He has every right to be emotional, but last night was different. Last night he seemed confident, very confident in what's about to happen here. So proud of him for that. Absolutely proud of him for that. I mean, the hate channels really can't say shit that he talked any shit on them, on Chris and Katie last night, even though a lot of this does pertain to them. But he showed a lot of restraint, and I got to give him so much credit for that. He did very, very well, I think. What we did learn is that, and this is confirmation for me also, because I think I was a little confused when we reviewed this on our live the other night. When we reviewed the filings, I had thought that maybe Seth was told about the first CPS report, but I was wrong. He was not notified by DCF or CPS. I call it CPS, guys. Remember that, okay? But DCF did not notify him for the case in 2022 or the case in 2023. Okay, so both cases he was not notified by that government agency. And that's really bad. That's really bad. He did say that the school let him know. The school contacted him. I believe he said the school resource officer or therapist. I'm not quite sure which one it was. I want to say the resource officer, but he did say that they notified him, but they are not DCF. Okay. They are not DCF. DCF has a duty to contact both custodial parents, and that was not done. So he did confirm that for us, which makes this even worse. Towards the end, guys, I mean, they were on till almost 11 o'clock last night, and towards the end, I fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the tail end, and I think I kind of lost my focus on them, because a lot of times they were going off topic, and I'm not coming at anybody for that. I understand how this sort of thing can have you go off topic. Totally understand. It's just, I kind of wish he would have been able, or the panelists would have been able to answer some of the chat questions. I saw a lot of great chat questions that even myself was kind of asking, and none of those got answered. So I'm hoping maybe somebody can talk this into Seth, like, hey, let's do a show where we can kind of answer some audience questions about the filings, specifically about the filings. Okay, we don't have to ask him things that he can't talk about, but specifically about the filings, because I was looking forward to that last night, of learning as much as I could, and I just don't feel like we got everything we were hoping to get. But anyway, so I'm going to go rewatch that or listen to it as I'm running errands today. And I hope you guys will too. There's also, remember, Seth was on with Jennifer Coffinduffer yesterday morning. That one's a little bit more of him talking about him and Sebastian. Not, Jennifer Coffinduffer tried to ask some questions that Seth couldn't answer, and he shut it down. So I commend him for that also. He's really going by the rule book here. And that's great news. Okay, so we understand why some things he can't answer. I think that's about it. I know Betty was on there. She was trying to explain some of the the constitutional amendments that are notated in the court filings. We did go over some of those, guys, but I'll look into seeing if we can maybe go over those again, just so everybody's in understanding. And I think that's about it, guys, for real. I will not be on here much today. I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of reviewing to do. I told you guys, if you want to have a live later this week, we are going to take a listen to some old videos, old interviews of CP and KP, and see if we can pick out now where the lies are. Because, Betty said this last night, Chris is good. Chris Proudfoot is a great manipulator. I mean, the word salad, just the flat out lies that he came up with, and the way he deflects is just incredible. Okay, it's incredible. He's good, but he ain't that good. He didn't fool all of us. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be doing some of that so that I have everything together for our next live that we do coming up this week. And I'll let you know when that'll be. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And have a great day. Thanks for watching.